Hey there, welcome back to another in this series here where Jeff is getting owned by his son. And yeah, I think from a rules perspective, there's been a review. I guess one thing I was making a mistake on is I was putting the quantity of the items here when I'm a goober. There's a spot right here for me to put the quantity, and it even says purchase quantity right there. So yes, that is who I am and what I stand for. I've implemented multi-million-dollar projects with no defects at all, but I can't get the purchase quantity correct on the counter sheet. So that's how it works. Okay, so I did go to Board Game Geek, and they do have these printouts that you can get, and this is what it looks like on a regular sheet of paper. So basically it's enough for 2 rounds. Like this is an example of Japan. So, you know, round 1 would be these two, round 1, round 2, actually 4 rounds. Okay, so there's 4 rounds, on a sheet. It's very nice looking. It looks very much like the book, but considering the amount of ink it requires, especially if you print in color, and the fact you're only getting 4 per sheet, you still will end up printing a ton of paper in order to make this work. So I'm looking for another solution, and I think I might just pull up Excel myself and make my own Excel worksheet for it. I'm hoping somebody else will do it because I like it when they do. While I was waiting for Jason to get home from school so we can continue, I was working on getting the Japanese stickers on, because this is what they look like without the stickers. And you can see there's a whole bunch of them I still have yet to do. This is very painful. So when you get this game and you're playing it for the first time and setting all this up, that is a very, well, it's not painful. That maybe not the right word. It's time consuming. It's extremely time consuming. And because it's time consuming, it's painful. All right, so here's where we're at, and we are in phase, I don't remember, round 4, I think. And we're in phase 2, strategic planning. We're getting ready to write our orders. And I apologize, looks like there's a glare. And so I may have to move the camera around like this. And somebody gave some excellent advice that when we're doing this writing, we were coming out here and pushing things aside because we needed to read the board. And they reminded us that there's this. So we don't need to push things aside, we can look at this. So I'm gonna hand Jason the combat one so he can have his own. And we're gonna get out our sheets and let's write in some orders. So I'm gonna put the camera down here so you can see our situation. And yes, we gotta get our combat orders in along with our bid for things. And I gotta get Japan out of the way here. Round 4. Yeah. I don't think the round number really matters, but it is 4. I'm going to take your time because I'm still putting away all this Japan stuff. Yep. I should have done this before I hit record. Okay, so not a fun situation, Jason. Okay, sorry, we're not doing a lot of talking here. So now that everybody's had a chance to look things over, I'm ready. So let me show everybody my orders here. I know these numbers and digits probably don't mean much unless you have an excellent memory. But are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with the bid. I'm bidding 0.
1.
So you're first.
Yep.
Make sure you lose your oil.
Yep.
His pegs keep falling over. Okay, so you do go first. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and do your thing. What do you got? Let me get the camera
63,
here.
Leningrad. My air to Leningrad. 14 there. Down there.
Okay, so that's your move.
Yep.
All right, so I have 17 to R1. He's showing a very angry face right now.
Oh.
So finally, I might be doing something smart. I don't know. Everything else will probably be dumb from here. 56 to G7. 22 to G8. 61 to R5. 15 to R5. 14 to R4. And 13 to G6.
That's actually an interesting move that you have there, though. Even though you're probably going to lose.
Can you speak up a little bit? So
that's an interesting move that you have on what you're doing here. Even though you're most likely going to lose both of those battles.
why do you think it's interesting then if I'm going to lose?
Because you're trying to destroy my units here. That's what I think. You moving these in, but there's a chance that you could get destroyed.
There is.
And that's the problem.
That is the problem.
Yeah.
But the 17 move is what really has you a little upset.
Oh yeah, no, that one was completely good.
Now, here's the thing. When we do strategic raids, we haven't talked about that much because we haven't done it yet. But strategic raids in this game, can you hand me your board before you go? Or, I'm going to reach across the table. Okay, so the strategic raids, obviously, it doesn't say much on here, so we'd have to get out the rule book. But what happens is when we get to that, I'm going to be bombing his new factory production. And I'll be destroying units that he's trying to create. That's what I get to do. And because he has nothing there, I'm actually going to get to do it for free, and he's not even going to be able to defend against it. So mistake number one for him, which this is a learning game because I made this mistake too, is he needs to leave planes there to defend it. So by moving all of his planes like he did, he's creating this problem. But the other one is there's these tokens that we've been using, and it is possible to damage the infrastructure. And when these bomb tokens appear on the map, they reduce the amount that you can produce by 1. So if that territory produces 5 units a turn, which, by the way, how are you producing that big stack of units?
It's only 8.
Your territory only produces 5.
Wait, what? Russia doesn't produce 8?
No, it's your strategic value.
Well, I messed up the whole time.
Yeah, so there you go, Andrew. You thought I was cheating. Look at this nonsense. Okay, so that little 5 there.
No, I'm just gonna move these real fast here because it's against the rules. Remember?
Yeah, but I was supposed to know where your stuff was before you did it,
move it
mister.
Be right next to it.
Oh, so you leave all your infantry there, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Put your token back on and put your other token on too. Okay, so if I do damage the infrastructure and this bomb goes on, for the rest of the game, and there's nothing he can do to fix it. That was clarified on Board Game Geek, and I was actually quite surprised by that. He can't ever repair. So what would happen if I put a bomb in that location is his railroads are forever destroyed there. So he would never be able to move through the railroad. So there's some strategic value on bombing an area where there's not even any troops.
Yeah, bomb Great Britain.
Because you can bomb...
Because that's so useful.
But, I mean, seriously, though, if I bomb this spot, let's say you had no troops there at all, I put this little bomb infrastructure on there, you're not allowed to repair your railroads, ever. And on top of that, you might lose some units. And if it ever produces units again, it can only produce 4 now, instead of 5. And if I get another bomb on there, then it can only produce 3 instead of...
So you could destroy the whole thing.
Theoretically, you can bomb it so bad that it can't produce anything anymore. Which, there is some thematic element to that. Because we did bomb the crap out of Germany in World War II. And over time, we were able to reduce their war machine. But that is an interesting concept in the game. And I just wanted to make sure folks understood that. Because this is something we really haven't discussed much. Because we've never done it. So I'm trying to do it. We'll see how well it goes. And so, just as a refresher, the strategic bombing raids has its own section. So I'm going to roll the 4 dice, which it says here, for every bomber. And then as each bomber rolls, remove destroyed units under construction to the casualty list, record lost resources, etc. So, yellow destroys infantry. I mean, basically the colors will destroy the colors, right? Whatever color unit he has, I destroy that color unit with whatever I roll. To destroy his infrastructure, which includes ports and rails, that is a white die. And then that's what causes the bomb to be added to the territory. So I have to roll white. If I roll a black, then I can it's basically a wild card. I can destroy any resource he has, or any unit under construction, or I can add the bomb token. So so the black and the white are the 2 that cause the big bomb tokens to be put on there. So that's it in a nutshell. It's really not that hard. And then see here, it says that damage infrastructure effective immediately. Ports lose ports advantage, but are otherwise functional. There can be no rail movement into or out of the territory. And if relevant, every bomb token permanently reduces the territory's production output by 1, negating the stack. A captured territory that is bombed will remain damaged. Bomb tokens are never removed. That's forever in the game. There's no need to place more than 1 bomb token in a territory unless it has an industry. So that's it in a nutshell. So I look at the bright side. Well, I think the worst I can do is just bomb you once. Although I do roll 4 dice. You want to do that first?
Yeah, it's already on this side.
All right, so naval battle is going to happen first.
You're going to do that the other way around.
All right, I did verify, by the way, that these escorts with the 4 colors, what this means is like, let's say you're attacking me and I have battleships and carriers. If you roll like a red die, for example, you're going to hit my battleship. I'm allowed to say, nope, it's going to hit my cruiser instead. But you're never allowed to, as the attacker, to say, I'm going to use this red die to damage your cruiser. Like, you can't choose to hit the cruiser,
okay.
But I can choose to hit the cruiser. So the cruiser still only gets hit on a blue, but he can... Anyways. So we're just rolling, what, 3 dice each?
Yep.
What is this, like, sudden death?
Yeah.
Because we're both down to 1. All right, here we go. I just rolled 3 blacks. Look at that.
What is this?
I've got to stop letting you roll. You rolled 2 blacks, didn't you?
Yeah.
You punk. All right, so we both lost a cruiser.
We both
oh,
wiped
we got to
each
get
other
our
out.
old units off the. That's so funny.
We wiped each other out.
I rolled perfectly, and it was for a losing cause. Okay, so we both lost a cruiser, and that's done. And I will take the command token and put it back in my ever-growing list of unused command tokens. Okay, so technically speaking, we should be putting these tokens out. So we got a battle going on there. We still have a battle going on here.
Okay, let's do the one in Belarus.
And then we have this. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that one. So you do have air units for this one, right?
Yeah.
You know, I've ultimately decided that since you get to reform your groups or whatever
We need
after
to
the battle.
flip this.
Oh yeah, we need to flip this.
Okay.
You're going all anti-air, huh? Ooh, you're rolling ground attack dice.
Where's that quarter? You said someone gave us a comment to use a quarter to get these apart.
Oh yeah, someone did suggest that maybe you can use a coin to get those apart. I don't know why your fingernails don't work. They work fine for me. They're really not that bad. I mean, I was able to get it apart pretty easy. Don't stack them like that if you're so concerned about them coming apart.
No, I just make sure they don't go as hard on this time.
All right, so we do the air phase first. So 2, 3, plus 6. I'm gonna get to do 9 for the air phase.
3, 4,
And then 2, 3, 4
8.
for the ground phase.
8 for my air, if I'm right. 3, 4, yeah, 8. So 8 for air. And then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for my ground.
Okay, so technically I'm the attacker. So we're in the air phase. I get to roll 9 dice. All right, he rolled a lot of yellows, which isn't doing me any good. Come on, did you really just roll crap?
No hits!
None at all.
None! We got 3 blue, 2 red, 3 yellow, 1 white.
Come on, Jason. I'm gonna fire you as my roller.
Okay. My turn.
Oh, come on. This is even worse.
Green. 2 green.
This does remind me of Axis and Allies Day when the dice just don't go your way. So really you only got 2, but that's still awful. There's no reason your plane should still be in existence right now. But, okay, so I lost a plane. So now we go to the ground phase.
Okay, I'll just roll first. Your inventories.
So why'd you roll 9 dice then?
This is 8. Why did I pick up the other one? It was a yellow.
It doesn't count.
Oh, thanks. And then I get to roll it again.
Well, it's
Then I
not.
get a black.
It's not a thanks. Anything that rolls off the table doesn't count. That's pretty standard. Okay. So, did you get 2 yellows?
Yeah.
All right, so yellow's gone. Did you get 2 blues?
Yep.
How about green?
You're wounded.
So you did 2 hits on the green?
No, whoa, what do you mean? You
No,
got this.
no, you don't get to do that. All right, I roll 4 dice.
Only 4?
Yep. Come on, Jason. And you bumped the one that was already rolled. It was a blue.
3 blue.
Right, so 3 blue and 1 yellow.
Yep.
All right, I'll spend 1 resource to repair my tank. And you're going to have to mark the area as embattled.
Okay.
So you come back over, and that means you're going to have to flip your card over to the pinstripe.
Does that... Oh my... No, I hate you.
All right, so I got 1 unit still in that territory, and then I still have a plane that needs to return home.
So can my plane stay there?
Did you have a tank?
Yeah.
Your planes don't get to stay there because you moved them, remember?
Mm-hmm. That's no bueno. But Leningrad, let's go.
And then your casualties? You only lost 1?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Leningrad.
Get that off.
Oh, you made that into a big battle.
Huh?
Oh, these 2 units aren't even there. It's this one. All this over 1 artillery unit? Okay.
You only have 1 artillery unit, if I'm right, correct?
Correct.
I also have these units.
Okay, so I said it. I have 11 AA dice, and I only have 1 ground die.
Okay, I have 9, 10, 12, 13, 14 AA. 14 AA, and then 6, 7, 8, 10. No. Okay. 1, 2, 3. This is not 10. I'm missing this one. No, this is all there. Okay. Didn't specify for you, but you're still the attacker technically, so I'll make this your roll.
Did you like look at the results and then decide you're going to make that my roll?
Okay, fine.
Okay.
It was a good roll, but your roll. And 1 fell on the floor. Your roll.
Okay, why'd you do that?
Okay, you got 2 greens, 3 yellow, which we're doing air first. So the red is the only thing that matters. Well, actually, no, the green also matters, sorry. So that kills an airplane. Then we got a white, which kills that, if I'm right. White's last.
Yeah, white's last. So, all right, so 2 of your planes are down, and I got 1 die left, right?
Blue.
Which doesn't do anything, okay? Then you have how many? You're doing 14?
Yep.
You forgot a die over there. There's a red one. All right, so I see 2 green.
2 green. That's it. But it still takes out one of your fighters.
Yeah, so I lost one of my fighters, and then you have 4 dice left.
Yep.
And I see
2 blacks.
2 blacks, so you took out another fighter. So basically we just exchanged plane for plane there, except I
Okay.
did get a bomber, which was nice.
I'll do me.
And you can see there he's got
Destroyed the artillery.
tons of blue. Then just roll 1 die for me.
Green.
Green. So that didn't do anything because he was defensive. All right, so that battle's over and I'm actually kicked out. So I do have 1 fighter left that needs to return home.
The battle that took like 7 rounds is finally over.
Yeah, that took a long time.
And I'm merging. Oh,
Yeah.
I can't.
You're allowed to merge as long as you don't go over 8.
I can't. Can't merge. But that does suck. I lost a lot of fighters.
Just as many as I did. All right, so
And then we got.
and then we have the bomber, right?
Yep.
So get that bombing token out of there. We don't want to. You're not bombed yet. So I would like to roll this one, please. 4 dice. All right. So technically
So
speaking,
what do you need to get?
basically whatever color I roll, that's what I hit.
Oh, you are such.
And then
Get
it's,
all white.
and it's destroyed. And then but whites destroys your infrastructure.
So there's nothing safe.
No, there's nothing safe. Well,
Oh,
actually, there
okay.
is. There's green
Get all green.
and red because you're not producing green
Get
or
all
red.
Green or red.
So here we go.
Green or red.
All right, so I rolled.
Obviously,
2 yellow
you had to get both of the
and 2
stuff
blue.
that I had there.
Yeah, but look at the bright side. I didn't get your infrastructure. So 2 yellow and 2 blue are destroyed.
1 infantry boy left.
Yeah, so
He
there
was
we
the
go.
lone survivor.
I just took out a big chunk of your army for a lot less work there. So
I will kill it.
I call that a very successful run.
I will kill an airplane.
But
It will die.
this is one of those lessons that if you're playing somebody in this game, they're going to learn it once. Jason's never going to allow me to do this again.
No.
So, but it's. I think it was excellent for the video purposes, and I promise you, I didn't script this. I just knew because I had a whole day to think about this while Jason was at school. I looked at the board while I was eating
so
lunch.
you cheater.
There's no cheating. I'm just.
Cheat.
I'm
You
thinking
get to
about.
think about this all day. Well, I have to go slave over math or whatever.
Yeah, you know, you young whippersnappers, you can handle it. So, so there you go. I actually came up with the idea, and it was, I think, a really good demonstration of how to use bombers in this game.
You're still not going to win.
I'm probably not going to win. I'm losing badly, I
I'm
think.
getting more Canadian divisions next turn.
So, okay. Are we done with everything that you're aware of?
Yeah.
All right, so the naval battle was funny because everything got completely obliterated there.
Everything died.
All right, so we got a
Everything died.
combat debrief. We both paid for our repairs right away. We removed our eliminated units.
Wait, do I get a medal?
Your eliminated units might actually go to your stress box.
Do I get a medal? I won the battle.
Hold on. You never lost the territory.
Me.
Okay, strategic bombing raids. All right, so one important thing for those of you that are watching, if I started to destroy his resources, which I could do, like if I would have rolled a red, Jason, you would have lost oil, for example. You're not allowed to lose more resources than you actually produce in that territory.
Leningrad is finally back. Oh, don't actually lose.
So what was that? Oh, I needed to know where the losses go.
Just dead.
Casualty list. So the all the units that died go to your stress casualty list.
Okay.
Okay. All right. That's right, because we talked about this last time. I didn't agree with that because these are still units under construction, so why would we stress out over the... Usually it's loss of life you stress out of, or not equipment, but that's fine.
But being the Russians, you shouldn't even care about life either.
All right, well, let's not get that thematic. But I can also understand if you're losing equipment and whatnot, you're losing your morale that way as well. Okay, so let's move on. We're done with that. So let's go back to our board. So we return to command stacks. You can regroup if you needed to. Capture exchange territory, assign stress and metals. So I never actually lost, I never won Leningrad, so I didn't lose it, right?
No.
The victor, commander decides who gets one medal, but only if territory is captured. You didn't actually capture any territory, so there's no medals.
This is bull.
And then all the hotspots are done, or no, we actually have one embattled spot here. And one thing I found in the components that I don't know if all copies of the game have, but we have these little special, these are medals. So you can take one of those instead of the cardboard if you'd like.
Can like stick?
I don't
Stick
think-
to my forehead.
Please don't stick it to your forehead. All right, so I'm going to put it here as a medal for me, like so. And just take that off, and we can just use these tokens, because the other side is the consumer goods. So we can just use those as consumer goods.
Your iron crosses
So-
are no match for Canadian.
Okay, so getting back to this, we did combat operations. Now we have to land our air units. So you have to land yours as well.
Boom.
Yeah, so I'm going to land this guy here, and this one there.
And since Leningrad was taken, I don't have to land those anywhere else.
Yeah, he's allowed to stay in Leningrad because it's no longer a contested area. And it was yours. Well, hold on. Maybe I might be wrong there. If it was in battle at the start of the turn, you may not be able to land there. We're gonna check. Check. So what's interesting is it doesn't explain it in this section. All right, it says page 20 is the regions that are safe to land in. So okay, I take it back. So let's do a rule correction here. It says that you can land in a friendly territory and it's allowable even if it's still embattled. So you don't have to move those out of where you were.
You lied to me.
So you can leave it in Bryansk.
You lied to me.
Okay, I lied to you just 5 seconds ago and now we're correcting it. So do you want to put your planes back or not? All right, and then I realized I gotta land this bomber here, so
No, don't land.
he'll land there. And if I move this way, that'll help with the glare, I think. So, okay, so he left his... So it doesn't matter if you're embattled or not. Your planes can stay in any friendly territory. And those, of course, are friendly territories for him right now. So it's just mine that needed to land. Okay, so we're done with that. Now we deploy our units. So that's as simple as just taking these off. Your stacks look a lot lower there, Jason.
Look at other places.
Okay, now we get to reorganize our commands, if that's what you would like to do. I am going to do that here. Going to combine those, and then here,
Such a formidable army.
going to combine some planes. yes, even more stacks are disappearing. Okay, and then for the new ones, you have to put stack numbers out. So this one gets 48. This one's gonna get 49. Okay, so now that we did reorganize, we go to morale and we have to convert our casualties into stress and then calculate stress points and all that jazz. So
Okay, I get 1 stress.
you already calculated all
Yeah.
that?
Well, I didn't calculate yours.
Well, how many were you at? Just for the folks at home that were
How
wondering.
many was I at? I was at 26.
So all that was 26 for you?
Would have been 20, but it doesn't matter. Okay, for you, we got 2,
I'm 28.
6. Oh, okay.
I think so. No, double check.
2, 6, 10, 14, 18, yeah. 28.
28, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which was 1 stress, right?
Yep.
So I'm up to what?
4.
4? Okay. I think this is the spot where I'm supposed to take my penalty. I may have already passed that spot. Right now, actually, I take my penalty. So because I'm still in the blue zone here, I lose 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to use the OSR resources to count for that. And then yes, now we're purchasing our units.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see here. I have 4 oil, 7 and 9, and let's do it the new way that it was always supposed to be done, because I'm a doober. 1, 2. So this will be 2 and 2 for 4. Yeah, look, it's so much easier now. All right. And then this, of course, is 4 and 2, which means I'm done there. And this would be 2 and 1. So I have 6 left. And oops. So that puts me to 9. So that's my final tally. I'm at 0, 1, 0. Okay, you good to go?
Yep.
All right, I'm getting a bomber and 2 tanks and 3 infantry.
Okay, I'm getting 1 tank, 2 infantry, 1 artillery, 1 bomber, and 1 fighter.
You had that many resources.
Oh yeah. I mean, my OSR and steel were lower than they usually were.
Okay, so your bomber, your fighter, and your tank took 5 oil. You had 5 oil?
Yep, I only spent 1 for a bit.
All right. So this is why they make you give it to the other player. So you don't have any bombers right now, correct?
No.
All right, so I might take advantage of that.
You're making me annoyed.
All right, are you good to go?
Yep.
Okay, so we revealed our purchases, updated our resources, transferred our new units to the industries, and now we,
Next round.
so it says purchase of new units. Bomb tokens constrain output. Yeah, they do. Okay, so yeah, we go back to the next round, and so you do have that one territory over to Stripe side, correct? And then calculate. How are you able to calculate how many resources you have when your cards are over there and you're not even looking at it?
Memorize it, and then looking at the territory that I either lost or gained, I add to that.
Okay.
I mean, the stuff usually helps you.
So what you're saying is you memorize that, but you didn't memorize the board while you were at school today, so you could think about what to do next. All right, 13, and it looks like this is 6, so I go up to 7, and I'm still at 4 here for the oil.
How are you at 7?
I had 1 left over
Oh.
from the last round. Okay, so
Okay. I did.
we do that, and now we're at the point where we're ready to write our orders down. Are you ready for that?
Yep.
Okay, so try not to. I mean, I don't think I'm giving too much. It's round 5.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm giving too much away, but I am losing. And
You're not giving that much away.
I'm definitely in a pickle.
Can I have the board?
Yeah, 1 second. You actually had all these units survive last round?
Oh yeah. You didn't kill a single one.
Yeah, I guess. That's right. You re-rolled for me. Even though... So you lied about who you were rolling for, and then you re-rolled for me, and then it turned out to be no hits at all.
Well, the other one was hits, okay?
Yeah. I remember now. What do I do with that mess? Oh, I see your newly constructed units are separated now.
Oh yeah.
I see you put some. Now, hold on. You're breaking the rules again. How hard is this for you to follow, please?
What did I do this time?
Okay, what's the strategic value here? What does that number say?
2.
How many units are you producing here?
2.
3.
2.
2 green, 1 red.
2.
Oh my gosh, that looked like 2. I apologize. It's the glare, folks. It's the glare. That looked like a pile of 3.
Maybe you saw this on top.
Well, this actually caused the green to look like it was a stack of 2. All right, I'm just done. So
I remembered in Russia, so I'm doing it better this time.
you did great. Thank you. You please accept my apologies. Okay, so I think I'm ready. There's a part of me that just wants to call this game, but I know you. What'd you do? You put stuff way back there.
Yeah.
Look at this. He's producing stuff way over here. You know what? I need to maybe change my mind and bomb this railroad right here. So that way you can't. It's gonna take you like 8 turns to get your.
You can't even reach it though.
I can reach somewhere.
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready.
You're good. All right. So oil bid.
0.
I bid 0.
Okay. Well, we're doing this. This time I'm gonna win. Now where do we put it?
We can just take any box, Jason. So here's 1. Go ahead.
Okay.
The turn order.
Just these, yeah.
Put them in. All right, so I'm going to put them up really high so you can't see what's in them. Pick one.
Okay, this one feels different from this one. This one's upside right, so that means it. I got Russia.
Yeah, he picked Russia this time. So
Aha.
Russia's first, and then we are last yet again.
And I didn't even have to waste any oil. Let's go.
Okay, so what's up?
Okay, here to here. And then R1 to Caucasus as well. And then R612 to Leningrad. 67 to Belarus. R1 air to Belarus. R5 to Bryansk.
Is that everything?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so what he did is if I have any movement orders for this, I'm going to be pinned because I can't move out of Belarus, but the planes can never be pinned, so that's not an issue. All right, so let's see what I did. I have 37 going to R6. So I'm really glad you moved that big stack of armies out of there.
I mean, I replaced it.
With some. And then 17 goes to R6. And then 14 goes to R6. And 48 goes to G7. 48 has 2 more units. So that goes to G7. And I forgot to write it down, but I was meaning to move this, but I didn't. So
you didn't write it down. That means you can't do it.
yeah, I know. I'm just saying it to the viewers. So that's it.
Yep. Okay.
So this is now a hot zone.
Let's do Bryansk first.
This is a hot zone. This is a hot zone.
Let's do Bryansk first. Which I'm guessing I'm gonna win.
This is like almost like do we even have to roll kind of moment.
I mean, if you don't want to.
Well, just let me do my roll and call it
Okay.
a day, right?
Yeah.
So I would put the armor on 4 because I would want to go down in glory, right?
Okay, I can roll for you.
Yeah, go ahead and roll 4. So I would kill. Well, obviously though, the problem is where would you have put yours? You would have put yours on defensive,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So 2 of your infantry died.
Oh, that sucks.
They go into casualties.
Actually, no. I can get rid of this unit.
Well, actually, next time I gotta make you put your stuff down. This was cheap. So put your stuff down and I'll re-roll.
Okay. Defensive.
We can't do what we just did. Because you can choose defensive or offensive.
Defensive. Defensive to ground. Ground.
All right. So because I went offensive, there is no air phase. So go ahead and roll my 4 dice. And so, yes, so what would happen is your artillery takes 1, your infantry takes 1, and your tank takes 1, but it's really not going to be damaged. It's just moving to
Okay, which
there.
one do you kill? You have a white?
And I have a white, so I get to pick 1 to kill, so I'll kill his artillery.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. No. There's a rule that we haven't used in a long time that kicks in here. What rule was that? Do you remember?
No clue.
You have all 3 land types, and I only have 1.
You don't get to use your...
My white counts as a miss. Yes.
So
Okay.
I have to repair those, though.
Well, you have to repair 2 of them.
I
Yep.
will do that gladly.
So he just spent 2 resources to do that. However, I am going to make you roll, even though I have a feeling you're going to hit me. Just go ahead and roll.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 right there. Give me your 4 dice.
Please stop hitting things. It's like a pet peeve I have.
Okay, so yeah, you would be dead.
Yeah.
There's 2
okay.
green, there's black, there's white.
All right. So you didn't lose anything, but you did lose a few resources.
Yeah.
All right, so you kicked me out of Bryansk, and that is no longer a hot zone. Which one would you like to do next? Belarus?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where I'm going to start losing. Because if I don't survive Belarus,
You're not going to survive.
yeah, you're going to have a big stack of armies that I have nothing to go up against it.
Can I just merge those right now?
After the end of the battle, you get to merge or do whatever, yes.
Yeah, okay, I'm merging those.
That's why I said I don't think it matters. You know, like the rulebook said to try to keep your troops separate here, but it doesn't matter.
Actually, yeah.
So do you have air units in this battle?
Yep. Offensive.
Mindy wants to bark so bad.
You're putting your infantry on offensive?
I am still considering what I'm doing, okay?
Okay.
Technically speaking, you're the attacker, so you're supposed to lay your stuff first so I can react to it.
Yeah, I'm doing that then. 6, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Six, 8, 12. You would have 12.
And you have 16? And then I have 2 anti-air. So roll my anti-air.
No, that's
2 yellows. Come on. You're an awful roller. All right.
no, I'm a good roller. For
So
me.
you're going to roll first for you, correct?
Yeah, I'm just.
I had a dice tower. You didn't like it.
No, because it was biased. Okay, all of your infantry has been destroyed.
So 4
I have
infantry
4
hits.
yellow.
Okay.
There's 4 blue, which kills your that, and then I have a green and a black, which will make one of yours go down. So then I have 6.
Yep, 6 more to go. Not a single hit.
No, I have 2 hits, a green and a black.
All right. So this guy's going to survive.
If you put yours on offense, I would have won.
Well, I wasn't going to, but yeah. So this guy's going to survive.
Yeah.
I think I calculated real quick that even if I had these on defense, which was the only thing I was contemplating, they would have died anyways.
Yeah, they would have died.
Because you rolled enough yellows in the second roll. So I get how many rolls? 12?
Yeah.
So
You
tell me
get
my yellow.
2 yellow hits.
2 yellow.
6 blue, which destroys anything blue I have. And then you have a green and a white.
A green and a white. So the white doesn't do anything.
Nope. And then you get 2 more, which I will roll those.
Yeah, I'm definitely not kicking you out. That's for certain. 2 green.
2
so
green.
he killed his tank, at least. So he's going to stay in the battle. It's going to be an embattled area with 3 infantry, and then I'm going to stay embattled with 1 tank, which I don't even have to repair. So it survives it. And then we put our casualties on the board. Okay, so I got to take my Belarus and flip it over. So here you can see I'm getting 2 iron and 1 OSR, and it's now going to drop to 1 iron and 1. So he was able to cut me by 1 iron there. And yes, my 1 single tank in Tiananmen Square style is holding back the Russian horde, the communist horde. Let's put it that way. That's more thematic to Tiananmen Square style. The communist horde is being held back by 1 single tank. It's not quite how Tiananmen Square went, but anyways, I at least lived to talk another day. And Jason has 2 giant stacks of doom next to there, so I don't think things look good for me next round. But at least for this round, I survived. And then here we go.
So I'm gonna get 7 anti-air roll. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11, 15, 17 actual. You got 24.
I'm still thinking, but if you want to roll your anti-air, you can, because that's not going to change for me. I'm still thinking about the land, though. No hits.
Nope. We got a black and a white.
You got a black and a... How many did you roll?
7.
All right.
These aren't included. Which they didn't even have any hits anyways. So black and white. Killed your bomb. What you gonna do now? Huh?
I'm going to live with 1 less bomber. Okay, hold on. I'm still thinking. Because if I move these down, I get to add 1, 2, 3, 4 more dice. Now I'm going to live with it the way it is. So who are you rolling for first, me or you?
Me.
You're rolling 17, right?
Yep. 3 reds. What is this?
Well, good. About time you finally rolled normal.
We got 3 yellows. So,
So 1 is dead.
And 1's injured.
And 1's injured.
We got 2 blue, which destroys that. Then we got a black and a white. Which the black is gonna injure your tank. And
Okay.
the white's gonna kill your infantry.
Yeah, you really didn't have a choice there. And then how many more dice you got now? 7?
Yep.
All right, so what do you have?
Okay, I got 1 blue, 3 green.
1 blue,
And
1, 2,
Oh no
3
no
green,
no! Sorry, 3 yellow. I only got 1 green.
3 yellow, so this is dead, and then 1 green would push that to there. And that's everything?
Got 1 black as well.
All right, well,
That is what I'm.
so what's your black gonna do?
It's gonna kill your tank.
All right, so 1 black. That's it for you?
Yeah.
All right, so I had a big stack, and
It's all been
I'm
reduced
gonna-
to nothingness.
all right, and I know I don't do this until later, but I am gonna spend the 1 repair point now, okay?
Okay.
All right, so now it is 24 dice for me, so go ahead and roll.
We got 5 yellow.
5 yellow.
Destroys the
1,
whole
2,
thing.
3, 4, the whole stack is gone.
So yellow doesn't matter anymore. We got 3 black,
3 black,
1 green, and a white.
1 green, and a white. 1, 2 black, 3 black, and...
We have to kill him.
Well, hold on, you said I had 1 green, right?
Yeah.
So let's do these in order. So I had 1 green, I had no blue,
No blue.
and now I have 3 black and a white.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 black, and a white. Like that.
I'm not sure that's what I would do, but doesn't matter. Okay, you got 3 blue,
3 blue,
which takes that out. 1 black. Yeah, you destroyed everything.
so everything's gone. Yay, I finally won something. This is the first time the whole game that I won something. Maybe I should have done that a long time ago, but you did move troops out of there, which helped. So R6, I get that card, and you get 3 stress.
3?
Yeah, it's a strategic value of 3. And that's your oil producing. You just lost a lot of oil, mister.
Only 2.
2, that's a big deal.
Yeah, but you left Ukraine, Bulgaria, Romania, and I killed most of your units here, so don't think that I can't take it back.
All right, so for what it's worth, I now have the Caucasus, and yeah, that's what the card looks like. So I got 2 more
Okay,
oil,
my
which is
threshold
a big
is
deal.
6. So now I'm.
Technically, you don't do the threshold yet.
Oh, okay.
You got to wait until we calculate everything. But you have the 3 extra stress that gets added now.
And that means if you lose the Caucasus, you also get 3 stress.
Yep, it does. So it is an issue, right? Because, you know, sometimes you take things and because you just want to cause damage, but thank you for helping. All right, this goes back into your pool. I lost 1 as well. All right, well, it looks like I lost a bomber as well. So that goes there. Okay, so is that all the battles? We cover
Yeah.
everything? All right, so now we, I don't have the sheet you do for what's next. I'm pretty sure we're going to, we have to land our planes.
Refit and deploy. Land air commands.
All right, so my planes do have to land in friendly territory.
That is friendly territory.
I'm so used to Axis and Allies where when you recently conquer something that it's not friendly, but you might be right. It's I'm so ingrained in me that I can't do that.
Deploy units, which I will do. And I can deploy your units as well, which have been done. And then
And you're right, it is friendly territory.
reorganize commands, which, yep.
Yeah, that is friendly territory, so I don't have to move my planes if I don't want to. What do I want to do with that? I'll still land them where they are. Okay, and then I get a medal because I can't conquer the territory. So I got a medal for that, and you gave yourself the 3 stress, right?
Yep.
All right, so then after we land our planes, what's next?
Already deployed your units. We get to reorganize commands, which I want to just merge.
All right, so deploy units means I got to put these on. Did you put your caps on yet?
Oh no.
Okay, and then what's next?
And then we got morale.
Yeah, let's
Submit medals.
do that.
Evaluate stress. Stress.
So let's start with you.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. Yeah, I only get 1 stress.
All right, so you get 1, and now is when you, so you're gonna have to take 6 away, and then you get bumped up. So you moved up to the blue. So you're same as me. All right, I'm at 6, and this is 12 for 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34. I'm at 34, which is right at the, oh my gosh, look how lucky I got. I almost got up to 2. So just 1. And yes, now we get to toss all these. All right, how much stress am I at?
5.
So I'm 1 away. Okay, what is next?
Apply stress zone penalties.
All right, so you're gonna lose 3 resources, I lose 3 resources. Next.
Production.
All right, so let's do production. I have 4, 7, and 9. I think I'm going to do that. I might cross that out.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. I'm down to 1 oil, 2 iron, and 1 OSR. Okay, turn order, you're first. What'd you buy?
I bought 2 infantry and 3 armored.
2 infantry and 3 armor.
Yeah.
I bought an artillery, a tank, and a fighter, and a consumer good.
You know you already had one, right?
I'm buying another one. Iron was my limiting resource on this.
Where's my... Where do they put them? There they are.
Can you give me your consumer good, please?
Yep. Okay. Well, I think we should stop it here.
For the night?
No, just for now.
Okay. I am at an hour, so I'll go ahead and stop the video, and then we can resume. The one thing about this game or any other is there is a point when you know you're losing. So how much more do you want to play? He's already gone. Well, thanks for watching. Stay awesome. I'll talk with Jason offline here and figure out how much longer we're going to let my bleeding continue. While he's gone, I can at least point out that clearly I have a defensive problem. He's got this big stack that he can either push me out of here or he can just push through. And of course he came back, so I'm gonna stop now. But I was just telling the folks that how much longer do you want to do this versus just I call it and then we do the global.
Well, looking at your forces right now, you could make...
Can you speak louder so people can hear you?
Looking at your forces right now, you could make some move with this and maybe something with this, but I would say I would ultimately win. Reason is because I'm going to win this battle, probably no matter what. Even if you like move your 22nd into there, you're leaving the Baltic states open. You already have Ukraine basically open. The Caucasus is going to be an easy retake. It's going to just eventually, I think, yeah, I am going to win. So I think we should just stop it here. And then
So let me ask
we
you,
can do the global.
you typically get to go first. Where would you have moved your units? And I'll tell you what I was thinking I would do.
Well, I was going to move this one. I was going to split it.
You don't have to split it for us. Just tell us what you were going to do.
Well, I was going to split it, move half of it to Ukraine, half of it to here, while having my Air Force move there, Air Force move there, and then this Air Force moving into that, while splitting 2 infantry off of this one to join... Actually, no, sorry, that's a bad choice. But it should have been the tank off of the Leningrad one here to join that, and an infantry to join that front. And then we had forces over here, which would have come over and went to Bryansk, so that I had a sort of
For next
defensive
turn,
line.
right.
Yep, and then these units would have popped up. I would have won Bryansk battle.
Okay. So my thoughts were, so you were going to move into Caucasus with half your forces, right? So I would have been pinned with this one.
Yeah.
This one was going to move to try to take Volga. And obviously I have nothing but planes here, which would have gone to support this. And the reason I would have done that is because I actually think that the planes give me 3 dice each. So I'd just be able to do a lot of damage with that. And so my hopes is I think you're going to beat my troops, but if I can beat all your troops, you still don't get the territory. Yeah. So that's the idea. And then because I have this big stack in Germany, I was actually going to do a switcheroo where this was going to come in and that would have come up. So this would have been a very interesting battle to do. And I honestly don't know. I mean, if the rolls go right, I could have possibly won. And if you pay attention, you wouldn't have gotten blacks or whites because I had...
Yeah, you had artillery.
I had artillery and you didn't. So this battle actually might have been in my favor. I still had this bomber to figure out what to do with him. But
I would have taken Ukraine and the Caucasus.
You would have taken Ukraine, and then the Caucasus you might have also taken, because I might have gotten scared and put my bomber there as well. So then we'd have been in a situation where, let's say I did kick you out of this, you would have been really weak here, but you do have a nice stack here you could have moved over.
Army would have been able to
right.
As well.
But you would have taken both of those territories, and yeah,
increasing your stress up to the next one.
My stress would have gone up, and yeah, it would have been a pretty bad outcome. So I think if the folks at home are okay, we're going to call this because I think Jason and I are itching to try the global game, which I think has a lot more rules. Yep. And it's a little bit more interesting. Having just 2 countries like this, so let's do a quick review for folks. I actually thought this was boring.
I thought it was fun because I was beating you.
Well, it's fun because I'm playing a game with you, yes. But in terms of like, would we do this again?
No.
No, we wouldn't. This is a boring scenario. I at least in my opinion, it's a very boring scenario.
Yeah.
Compared to the other scenarios that we could try. I just think this is boring having two countries. The neutrals don't do anything in this scenario. We don't even get all of Europe in this. I just think this was a boring scenario. But
Because if you had France, you would have destroyed me by producing units. That's
Probably.
2 extra steel and 3 OSR.
yeah. Now, however, do you think this was a nice learning scenario?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. I think so. If it's someone's first game, this is actually a really good one. So what are the other scenarios besides global? There is Europe, which is Germany and Italy here. So it's everything in Europe. So Germany, Italy, the United Kingdom, and Russia, and including the United States. But it's really convoluted because it's not all of the United States. It's just a tiny bit of the United States.
Like the Eastern.
And it's not all of the United Kingdom. It's just a tiny bit. So you're going to have some really neutered allied countries, but they're at least able to help. But then Italy is in the war, so they're able to help the Axis. Russia is going to be a little bit weaker because, Germany is going to be more powerful when Russia already had everything in this last scenario.
Yeah.
And then the Pacific one, of course, switches over to Japan and the United Kingdom and America. And I think Russia is out of that one.
China.
And China. And we can verify this. I mean, it's all in the rule book rather than guessing. So obviously the global war has everybody, as you can see here. And then the war in Europe, it shows it's actually half the map. So you can see it's a very large part, probably all of Russia, it looks like, all of Africa, all of Europe, and then you can see the United States is just the middle of the United States.
The Western coast
So not the West Coast or Alaska. So
but that hinders them so much.
or Hawaii, they don't get that either. And then of course some of the neutrals though that benefit the United States are in. So then when you go to the war in the Pacific, the globe shifts the other way, and here you can see it's the middle United States and Western United States and Western Canada, and Russia is out of this one. And then it's just United Kingdom, you can see here China, United Kingdom, America, and Japan. And so, and then of course we did this one. And if my dog's gonna bark, I better quit. Yeah. So thank you for watching, stay awesome, I hope you enjoyed this, and yeah, global scenarios coming next.